Welcome to the Coastal Kitchen. I'm Karen Mashers, and today I've got a real treat for you. I've got my friend Jackie Bryan. She works on the show with us, and she has an award-winning jerk chicken recipe that I've asked her to share with us today. We're going to have some macaroons with specialty ice cream for dessert. We're going to have some wild rice with our jerk chicken, and a wonderful salad that has some pecans and cranberries. So, Jackie, let me tell the folks just a little bit about you.
Okay.
She's been a transplant in our area for about 10 years. She worked with IBM in Maryland, and she loves to cook. That's evident. We are going to turn this whole thing over to you right now, Jackie.
Okay. Well, today I'm making a mango jerk chicken recipe, and it's an easy recipe to make. And you can make it for as few people as you want or as many people as you want. You can also make it ahead of time, which is something that I really like. Jerk is a style of cooking from Jamaica, and it's a combination of a lot of different spices, and some can be very hot. You usually will use the jerk spices as a dry rub, which means you just take it and rub it on your meat, your chicken or your fish, or a wet rub, which you put some liquid with it. And today we're going to use a wet rub. And as Karen always says, to make it the way you like it. For the mango jerk chicken, this is what you'll need. So I'm going to start with 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. Oops. And then 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper, nutmeg, salt, and red pepper flakes. And then I'm putting a teaspoon of thyme, allspice, garlic powder, and then a full tablespoon of parsley, and a full tablespoon of brown sugar, and some minced onion. And I put in a tablespoon of mango sauce. Okay. Kind of mix that all around together.
Now, this great mango sauce that Jackie's using is from Lowe's Foods, one of our sponsors, and you can get it right there at their grocery store.
Okay, I'm going to put the spice aside, and then we're going to just cut up some chicken breasts. And you can cut it in any size chunks that you want. I just like to cut them in bite-sized pieces so it's easy to eat. Okay, I've got some last few little pieces here.
You know, this is a great recipe, Jackie, for feeding the crowd because
yes.
That's only 2 chicken breasts.
Right.
And you can make ahead because you can marinate this and leave it in the refrigerator overnight, correct?
Absolutely, right. The only thing you don't do is add the mango. You don't add the mango until the very end of cooking because you don't want to have that too soggy. Okay, I'm going to season it with a little bit of salt and pepper. And then here comes the wet part of the rub. A little bit of vegetable oil. Just rub it all over the chicken. And then move this a little bit closer.
There you go. Right in the big gallon size Ziploc.
Right. Okay, Karen, if you could close that up while I wash my hands off
Be
here.
glad to.
Okay, the chicken can marinate. I usually leave it in for an hour, or again, as Karen had said, we can leave it in overnight.
You want me to squeeze this air out, right, Jackie?
Please,
Okay. And then do we just rub it around?
Rub it around.
Okay. This is
Very
easy enough.
It's very easy and very quick, as you can see.
Just got to get all those spices back down there on that chicken.
Right. You need to add a little bit more oil. You can. Now you can buy jerk seasoning in your grocery store, but I like to make mine because I like to control the spiciness of it. But if you're in a hurry or don't have a lot of time, you know, you can certainly just buy it, and it'll even make the recipe even faster.
Okay, that doesn't take too long. And we're just going to put this in the fridge, right?
Absolutely, for about an hour.
All right, I'll let you do that. And then when you get finished, come back over here with me because we're going to make some macaroons.
Okay.
Here's what you'll need for the macaroons. Okay, this is a wonderful, easy dessert. Jamaica is not famous for their desserts because their food has a sweet taste to most of it. Ice cream and sherbets are wonderful additions to any meal, and we're going to use these macaroons with coconut ice cream and lime sherbet.
Sounds great.
Jackie, while I'm putting this together, why don't you get me 3 egg whites, if you will, please.
All right.
All right, I have got 2 1/3 cups of sugar. Just throw that right in. I've got 2 cups of flaked coconut. And let's see, 1/3 of a cup of all-purpose flour. And we got a little bit of salt here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to mix this around. I'm not going to use that fork. I'll use this.
Karen, you want me to lightly beat this?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Get the flour all incorporated with the coconut. And now it's time for our macadamia nuts. Now, I've got about 3/4 of a cup. And I'm just going to put them in my chopper and give them a nice chop. Don't want them too fine, want some nice bits, but they do have to be a little fine here. So just toss those right in. All right, got those eggs ready for me?
I do. It's going to be delicious.
Oh, the smell of coconut's wonderful, isn't it?
It's great.
All right, we're going to put in 3 egg whites, just slightly beaten, and mix this up till everything gets coated. All right, that's looking pretty good. Now, we're going to take about a tablespoon of lemon rind, and it takes about the whole lemon, so don't be afraid. Just don't get the white pith. Jackie, could you hand me a knife, please?
Sure.
Makes you think of the islands, doesn't it?
It does.
All right. Now, just going to cut this in half, and I'm going to squeeze 1/2 so it's just about a good tablespoon. Okay, let's get that all in.
Oh, that lemon just makes it even more yummy.
Yes. Now this is where I get my hands in it because it's time.
Hands are the most useful tool you have. In the
You
kitchen.
got it. I love to use my hands. And this is a fairly wet mixture. Doesn't take very long to cook either. So we're going to have a good, fast result. All right. Now, while I wash my hands, Jackie, if you'll just put those bowls in the sink because we need a little room.
Oh, definitely.
All right, I'm going to get this sheet pan that I have already covered with parchment paper, and we are going to make our macaroons. Real easy, Jackie. I just take a teaspoon, regular teaspoon, and round it off just a little bit, slide it onto your parchment paper, and keep going.
Karen, how far apart do they have to be?
About 2 inches.
Oh, good. They spread out?
They spread out, and they're very thin, and you can almost see through them.
Oh, like a little lace cookie almost.
Just about. All right, last one for this batch. And this batch makes about 36 macaroons, so you can make these ahead, and it's wonderful. Now, these go into 325 for about 20 minutes.
Okay.
And this is something we need to keep our eye on, because the edges, when they start to get golden brown, is exactly when we want to take them out of the oven.
Okay.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll finish our macaroons and then go forward with our jerk chicken.
Most people couldn't fit 200 local farms on their table. Well, that's where we come in. For the very best of everything local, Lowe's Foods.
Welcome back. Take a look at these wonderful macaroons. Now, they're cooling on a wire rack, and that's what we have to let them do until they're completely cool. I've been cooking since you guys have been gone, so let's get started on how I'm going to make this dessert. I'm going to take some lime sherbet, and I've let it just melt enough to get soft and juicy. All right, this one's going to go in. I'm just going to let this set just a minute. Let me grab a spoon because I want some of it to go down here in the bottom. All right, that's good. Now I've got some coconut, nutty coconut ice cream, and all I'm going to do, I've got a different kind of scoop here. I like to collect scoops. My husband and I collect different ice cream scoops, which is fun when you're making a dessert. I'm going to take one of my chilled macaroons, and I'm going to put it right on the side, and we're ready to have dessert. So make this when you're ready to serve it. Jackie, you ready to start with your jerk chicken recipe?
I am. Well, let's finish it up. Okay, the chicken's been marinating in the refrigerator for about an hour, and like I said earlier, you can leave it in overnight if you're trying to make something ahead for company. And I'm going to show you now how to do the mango. There's probably many different ways you can do this, but I find this the easiest. I cut off the bottom so that it's kind of anchored for me, and then I pick it up and I use a peeler to take the skin off. Okay, just about finished peeling this. When you choose your mangoes, make sure they're not really mushy or they're not too hard. And mangoes have a big pit in them, so what you want to do is take your knife and run it as close to the pit as you can. And it's a huge pit. It does not come out. And just make slices of mango. Go around and make the slices of the mango. And try and get as much as you can off of it, because the pit is very hard and you're not going to be able to get that much off of one mango. So I usually use maybe 3 or 4 depending on the size of the mango. And then what I do is just chop it into, again, bite-sized pieces. And I've already cut some up. Okay, get this one last piece of mango chopped up. Mango is a great source of vitamin A and vitamin C, and it has potassium in it, so it's a healthy dish. Okay, the next thing we want to put in with the mango chicken is red pepper. So I'm just going to cut up a red pepper here.
Jackie, we're going to have a side dish of wild rice with red beans. So while you're chopping that pepper, I'm just going to take the time to get this on.
Okay.
All right, let's get this lid off. I've got my water in my pot, and I'm going to put my seasonings in. And if you want to do what I do, I just get the boxed kind that I like, because it's so quick and easy and makes this meal very, very quick. About a tablespoon of olive oil, and we're going to stir that around and bring it up to a boil. All right, that's working. And now I'm going to take my red beans and put them in my pot. Just want to take a tiny bit of water because I want those to get nice and cooked. We're going to add those to the rice at the end. Okay, Jackie, you look like you're doing a great job there.
Well, I've almost got this red pepper chopped up, and we'll be cooking in a few minutes. Okay, let's just get this in the bowl. Okay, I'm going to get the last of these red peppers in the bowl. And we also use a shallot, and you can use one or two depending upon the size of the shallot. Today we're only using one because these shallots are pretty big. So let's take this over here.
All right, now you need this pan on. What temperature do you need this on?
We need it on medium.
On medium, okay.
Alrighty, and I'm just going to put some oil in the pan. Okay, I think our oil is pretty well heated up, so I'm going to add the shallots and then the red pepper. Get all that red pepper in here. And then finally add the chicken.
I'll get that for you, Jackie.
Okay, thanks, Karen. Okay, what you do is just mix everything together and let it cook until the chicken is no longer pink. Probably take about maybe around 10 minutes. Just let it cook.
Okay, Jackie, I'm putting the rice in because we brought this up to a boil. I'm going to spin this around and we will let this sit for just a few minutes. Let it cook up perfectly and have a word from our sponsors in the meantime. We'll come back to make our salad and finish everything up.
Okay, great.
Looks good.
ATMC TV and the Coastal Kitchen would like to say thank you to our sponsors at Holden Brothers Farm Market in Charlotte for supplying the fresh produce on this week's show. For over 25 years, the Holden Brothers Farm Market has specialized in the freshest locally grown produce on their 250 acres in Charlotte. Swing by their indoor market located near mile marker 10 on Highway 17 or check them out online at holdenbrothersfarmmarket.com.
Okay, Karen, this chicken looks done, so it's now time to finish it off.
Sounds great. It smells wonderful.
One little thing I want to mention here is if you're really ambitious or short on time, you can make this all up to this point and refrigerate it overnight. You don't want to add the mango and the sauce and the rest of the ingredients until you're really going to serve it. Okay?
Sounds great.
So I'm going to dump all the mango in.
And that cooks for about 5 minutes till it gets warm?
Yes, you just want to heat the mango, thanks. You don't want to cook it for long.
Yeah, you don't want the fiber to break down. You just want it to be nice and warm, take a little bit of the chill off. And that also gives it that combination of flavors, the hot and the cool at the same time.
Right. Now I'm going to use 2 teaspoons of hot sauce, but again, you make it like you like it. You can add more or not even add 2 teaspoons. It just depends on your level of spiciness that you like. Okay. And then I'm going to add the rest of the mango sauce. Just pour it in.
Looks delicious, absolutely.
Okay. Now just stir this around. And like you said, it'll just simmer for about 5 minutes and it'll be ready.
Oh, Jackie, that's gorgeous. Let's go over to our salad because we've got a wonderful salad to go with this with a great dressing. It takes a few minutes to make. I've already put the beans in with the rice, so they're cooking. And this is a great little salad. For the salad, you'll need it has pecans. Anything with candied type pecans are great. So we're going to candy these, and I'm just going to pour about a tablespoon of butter. And this is where we get into fingers again.
Okay.
I want to toss it all around and make sure that all of the pecans have a coating, a good coating. All right, now it's time for about a tablespoon of sugar. Just gonna throw that in, and we're gonna do the same thing, do another little toss. If you'll get me that pan, I've got a baking pan, and I've already put parchment paper on it, and I'm gonna put these in a 300-degree oven for about 20 minutes. We're just gonna make sure that they're spread out on the pan so nothing's on top of each other. All right, Jackie, if you'd like to put that in for me while I wash my hands.
All right, glad to. Here, and this is really going to go well with the mango jerk chicken.
Oh, the combinations are going to be fabulous, absolutely. Okay, now it's time for our dressing. And I do it the easy way. I've got my little mason jar, and I have already got my olive oil in here. This is about 3/4 of a cup of olive oil, and we're going to put about 1/4 of balsamic vinegar right in with it. Okay? Now we're going to put just 1/4 of a teaspoon of red pepper flakes.
Okay.
And we are going to put in a clove of garlic, and I've already got it peeled, so I'm just going to get this clove ready. Just dice it up good. Okay, got that minced up. It just goes right in, and I try to get all the bits here because I like garlic. How about you?
Oh, I do too.
All right, honey mustard. What we're going to do is put 2 tablespoons of honey mustard right in with this. It's a great honey mustard dressing for any type of salad, but with fruit, it's even better.
Oh, yes.
All right, number 2. I'm going to use this little spoon to scoop the rest of it out. And now it's a matter of just shaking it, just giving it a good shake.
Well, this is nice, quick and easy. That's what I like.
That's what I like too. It's easy to do something that tastes good, even if we use special ingredients. They're already pre-made. All right, we're just going to sit this over here. And Jackie, you're so good at cutting peppers. Do you want to cut that pepper for me?
Be glad to.
Just nice, pretty pieces to go on top of the salad.
Okay. Okay, Karen, is this as much as you need? You
That should be just about plenty. Let's take these salad greens. Now, this is a mixed green salad, and I've added some spinach in there because I think spinach gives it that little bit of extra flavor.
You're right.
So just throw those right on top.
Okay.
All right, I've got some cranberries, dried cranberries, and we're just going to sprinkle those all over. And goat cheese. Now this is about 4 to 6 ounces, and we're just going to take some goat cheese and dollop it around. This is where your fingers come in handy again.
Absolutely.
We're going to wait for our pecans to come out of the oven, and those will be put right on top. I am going to have a quick word from our sponsors, and we're going to come back and put everything together for you so you can see what a wonderful lunch we're going to have today.
Most people couldn't fit 200 local farms on their table. Well, that's where we come in. For the very best of everything local, Lowe's Foods.
Welcome back. we're getting ready to put all of our dishes together. Jackie, this salad looks great. The pecans have come out, and we're just going to sprinkle those on top. And what I'm going to do is, after I dress it, I'm going to let people toss their own dressing into it additionally if they want more than what I'm putting.
Okay.
Okay, that's good. Now, give this dressing a nice shake. And you know what I'm going to do? Always taste your dressing before you put it on your salad. So let's give it a taste. You know, I think that this needs just a touch more salt.
Okay.
Just a little bit. How about just a tiny bit of pepper? And I'm going to give it a squeeze of lemon. I always like the brightness that a lemon brings to a salad dressing. All right. Good shake up. And just drizzle it on. And I'm going to reserve a little bit.
Oh, that looks so good.
In case somebody else needs to put a little bit more on their own. Okay. That's the salad all done.
Very nice.
Now, let's go to our jerk chicken.
All right.
Okay, Jackie, ready to get this chicken of yours on the plate.
Okay.
I'm going to put down a bed of this rice. We're going to make this all on one platter, okay? So we can serve ourselves. Just spread that out. All right, your turn.
Okay, thanks, Karen. I like to use the rice as a bed for the jerk chicken. It just seems to go well when it sits on top of it. Just going to spoon some on here. All these colors look so great.
I know. I'm ready to go to the islands. How about you?
Absolutely. When can we leave? All right. Just
looking good. All right. Let me grab that and we'll put that over here so we can have something good to eat. Welcome back. We've finished another wonderful show with my friend Jackie Bryan. I've got to try this recipe.
Me too.
This mango chicken looks fabulous.
Well, it's been fun. It's been fun being on this side of the camera.
I love the flavors. They meld and match so well. The rice and the mango. You know, Jackie entered a contest a couple years ago sponsored by Lowe's Foods, and this was the winning recipe. It's great, and I'm so glad we got to showcase it today on the Coastal Kitchen. Now, you can get these recipes if you'll just search for us on Facebook. Look for the Coastal Kitchen. You know, Jackie, mango jerk chicken, wonderful dish. We've got our goat cheese pecan salad with mixed greens, macaroons, and I've even used the powdered sugar on one with our ice cream sherbet mix. Looks great. And
wonderful.
Jackie made us a mango daiquiri. So we're going to have fun this afternoon. See you again on the next Coastal Kitchen.
Cheers.
Cheers.
ATMC TV and the Coastal Kitchen would like to say thank you to our sponsors at Holden Brothers Farm Market in Charlotte for supplying the fresh produce on this week's show. For over 25 years, the Holden Brothers Farm Market has specialized in the freshest locally grown produce on their 250 acres in Charlotte. Swing by their indoor market located near mile marker 10 on Highway 17 or check them out online at holdenbrothersfarmmarket.com.
Most people couldn't fit 200 local farms on their table. Well, that's where we come in. For the very best of everything local, Lowe's Foods.
Stay connected with your community channel. Like ATMC TV on Facebook today.